What is up, folks? This is J.R.R, and we are back in TolkienCraft II. So we are going to work on some Thaumic today, but I would like to update you guys on a few things first. So first of all, I've gotten a good deal of questing done in catching up, so we have a lot of bags that we need to open. I've gotten a good deal of this done, but we need to kill a dragon, and unfortunately, since we are on a server, the Ender Dragon's been killed, so our easy kill is not available to us. So we've got to go ahead and summon one. It's either that or find one of the islands, which at this point, without the in-game armor, we would be completely and totally murdered. So we need to summon a dragon to do that, so yeah. And I'm not too interested in these tools quite yet. I want to go with the Thaumcraft stuff this time. So will we get to this part? Yeah, I'll do it. But probably not for a while yet, so. Alright, so quest journal, haven't done anything else in that because the witch needs to be chunk loaded, but I haven't done that, so. Alright, so I want all the things, so I went ahead and did these. I have not done the 64K storage of the different types yet, though. I'd really like to get down here to the Essentia storage, but we'll probably start off Thaumcraft with the normal storage that goes with it, so. And then we'll move into Essentia storage, which sounds pretty awesome, I have to say, so. I will be moving into this, but I haven't done so quite yet. And industry, I don't think I've done anything else that you haven't seen in it yet. So, this is all stuff that we covered in the single player map that I was doing. So, nothing new. And we're going to be moving into the arcane magics very, very soon, as in this episode. So, alright, and we'll be doing this crazy zigzag stuff. I'm not really... Yeah, this looks crazy. So, I'm not really sure what's going on with... I mean, this makes sense. This kind of makes sense. That's a straight line. Heck if I know what's going on here. These are the different blood orbs that you can get. So... I don't know what the zigzaggy stuff is about, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up some bags. Alright, so we've got quite a few. We have 5 epic, 4 graders, and 3 goods. So as usual, let's go ahead and start with the goods, and we'll move on from there. And like so. Alright, so what are we getting in this? Okay, well we get a screw gun, which we need to complete another quest, a golden sickle, which doesn't last any time at all, and some bags that we probably won't use. Just being honest here. Alright, so the next one. Alright, so we got some more glass that we can work with. That's cool. Nothing super duper fancy, but still, like I said, all good. Alright, so for this one. Alright, yeah, and we've talked about this is actually a really low % chance. But this will be good to have later on, especially since that has, you know, durability. So, I mean, that's a lot of charges. So, charges makes it sound like it's powered, but I don't know. It looks like durability to me. Let's go ahead and pick some of this stuff up. We're getting kind of full here. We've got a bunch of these different orbs. Alright, so I think we've been putting most everything in here that we've gotten from the reward bags, so let's continue doing that. And thankfully these stack, so that's always nice. Alright, so from this one, okay, so we'll use the emeralds, I'm sure. That's nice. But it says when held, so we might use this, but we probably won't use this. Actually, all of our stuff is powered, so we probably won't even use that, but we can use it as decoration. So, I'll keep the emeralds on me for for the moment. Speaking, it's pretty early in the morning. Alright, so we've talked about this one plenty of times in the single player. I like it because it's all stuff that's usable. So, alright, and this one. And the same thing goes for this. Maybe some patterns use hoppers, but, you know, the wool and the redstone is always nice to have. Especially the wool. There are a lot of sheep around here, so it's not as valuable as it was in the last map, but it's still nice to have. Alright, same thing. No big deal. Alright, so let's move on to the epics. So we got 5 epic bags, so hopefully we get some useful stuff. Not really. The angel blocks are kind of nice. Actually, no, let me take that back. They're really nice. The backpacks are kind of nice. Even with, I'll show you here in a second. I made a whole bunch of these so that when I go caving, I don't have to stop every, you know, few seconds to transfer items back. So, but they're still pretty nice because I can put things in these that I wouldn't be able to put in those other backpacks. And this one has a workbench in it, so again, that's nice. In fact, let me go ahead and put them in here. And I need to transfer all this stuff, but I'll do that later off camera. Alright. I consider that a legendary reward, and it would be really awesome if we were just starting out, but we're not, so I don't need the cobalt. Alright, let's see what else we get. Okay, so another watering can is really nice. Another set of wings is actually really nice because I've discovered that when you die really far away, it's kind of painful getting back to where you were. So, and some more precision shears. I'll probably get through them eventually. Another builder's wand. If somebody on the server doesn't have one, then I can give them that. So let's go ahead and put some of this stuff in here. I'll put those in there. I guess I can put the watering can in there. And I'll just go ahead and stick all that stuff in there. Alright, now we've got emeralds. Well, that goes in there. Let's go in here. And I'm running out of room. That actually needs to go in there too. Alright, that's good enough for now. We've got the room that we need. Alright, so 2 more bags. Okay, well, if we want to stick some on some armor for decoration, that'll be good. Because we already have everything, so. And we got this one already, so. No need to really talk about that one. So let's go ahead and talk about one more thing before we get into the magic stuff. Alright, so let's stick all this in there. Alright, and actually having an extra set of that stuff, where'd it go? This one? Could be useful for when we die. I'm not currently wearing this armor because I can't really charge it very well right now. But, you know, if we die and we need to go back to get our corpse, well, obviously the place where we died is going to be pretty dangerous. So, so the nice lush green area that we had down there is kind of changed a bit. So it's lava now, and the lava is kind of taking over the bricks that I was putting down. You know, I started to put the bricks in there because I figured, well, you know, this area is under darkness all the time anyway, so the grass is going to die and all that, so I figured since we're going to be doing a whole bunch of work down here, the grass is going to be trampled, so let's put some nice bricks down. But the lava moved in somehow, and it looks like there's magic taint over here. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks kind of cool, but I'm not sure what's going on here. So, getting back to this, this has kind of got me troubled out here, but we need to go ahead and make a few more things. We need to make an Arcane Impendium, a witch's oven, and a blood altar. So basically the stuff from the other mods. This is Botania, and this is TholmicCraft. So, and that'll give us some ender lilies, which will be nice to have. I need to plant the ones that I already have. But let me go ahead and get some materials together, and then we can start working on that. But, okay. Alright, so I will be back in a minute. Alrighty, folks. So, it's actually been about a day and a half to 2 days since I've been able to log on. But I noticed the server came up just a few minutes ago, and a few things have changed. This is something I actually did the other night and started to set it up, but I haven't gotten it completely set up. So I've been working on getting these blocks together to make this thing for, well, it's been a little while. I found a comet, so I think I may have talked about that. I don't have much power in it though, because I don't have a whole lot of power generation. But I do have some solar cells over here, or solar generators over here, which I've set up so they can see the sun. I just need to make sure and make it where they power off every so often, because these aren't like the EU version. They can only charge or emit power, so they can't do both at the same time. And I think I touched on that briefly, but I found a way. That's actually not that complicated, but I found a way to toggle them on and off depending on what time of day it is and all that kind of fun stuff. But I wanted to take you guys through it real quick on exactly how to use this stuff, because let's go ahead and admit it. Project Red is kind of intimidating, especially when, let's hold on a second. So Project Red. Oh, it's one word, isn't it? Oops. Red. Especially when you're looking at all this kind of stuff, and then you start looking at all of these OR gates, NOT gates, AND gates, timers, toggle latches, RS latches. I have to admit that I'm still a little intimidated by it. I was intimidated by Red Power, which had all this kind of stuff too, and that one had been around for quite a while. So I'm just going to go through making what is it I need? An inverting cell or invert cell, and then I'll show you exactly how I'm going to set everything up. Alright, so I've already got some of the materials. I already made these off the XOR gate, the toggle latch, and the timer. And there's a daylight sensor behind us over there. I'm not using this light sensor because it's a light sensor. It's not a daylight sensor. So it makes a difference, because the first couple iterations that I made of this setup had the light sensor decently close to the rest of the, like, the toggle latch and all that kind of stuff. But the problem is those use redstone torches, and that's why this is like way over here and not closer. I'll have to open that back up. But the light from the red alloy wires and the different gates and such would actually power on the light sensor. So can't use a light sensor. I think essentially maybe oh no, I don't know. It was just strong enough that it would light it up. So all right, let's go ahead and take a look and see exactly how we need to do this invert cell. Alright, so we need the wired plates, which we already had. That's what I made with the red alloy wire, and the circuit plates. To get the circuit plates, you just smelt smooth stone, so they're real easy to make. And the red alloy wire is not that difficult to make either. Here it is. So you just need 3 red alloy ingots, and that will give you 12 of the wire. And to get those, you just need redstone or iron. So it's really not that complicated, and the awesome thing about the wire is you can place it however you want to. So it's much cooler than redstone. The same with these different latches and gates and all that kind of stuff. It makes what you would have to set up with pistons and you know, all that kind of stuff. much easier. So yeah, so I just need to make an invert cell here. So I have plenty of circuit plates, I have plenty of wired plates, I need a cathode, and I need a platformed plate. So let's go ahead and look at this. Looks like I need 2 sticks and a couple more of these. So let's go ahead and get 2 more of these. Where do I have sticks? I'm always looking for sticks. I need to make a chest that's just sticks. I'm saying a lot this time around. I'm trying to think of exactly this kind of stuff. Oh, there's my sticks. Not sure that's a logical place for them, but yeah. Alright, so need a couple sticks. Where to go? Invert cell. Platform plate. 1. Okay. And then we need a cathode. Real easy to make. Just a circuit plate and a redstone torch. And an invert cell. And there we go. Alright, so I'm not going to be doing too much stuff like this. I'm generally going to use other mod stuff and not redstone, but occasionally I'll work on stuff like this. Now, hopefully I can remember exactly how I had it. I think I had my XOR gate there, and then I had the toggle latch goes like that, and then unfortunately the replacing part of NEI kind of messes these things up, and sometimes it'll like disappear, and to get it back either you need to come in here and click on the empty squares, or you just like switch to something else, and or just right click like as if it was there. But yeah, it's kind of weird that way. But let's go ahead and place that there. Okay, so we need our timer here. And let's go ahead and set it to, I'm just going to set it to 180 for the moment. Which is 3 minutes, of course. And -2. So it's just minus 10 seconds, -1, minus 50 milliseconds. So it's basically second, half a second, you know, etc. And change both sides. Alright, so this time, let's go ahead. We need this here. I think I can put that here. No, I can't put that there. I need this. Alright, so I need this to come like so. And then I need that. And then that will go over here. And is it daylight out? Well, let's go ahead and go up here and break this. I need to put some glass up here. I had originally, okay, it's not daylight, and now that is open. So what it needs is both of these to be active. So right now it's not going to be, and this, alright, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. Alright, so this daylight sensor, when the daylight comes, it's going to send it along this wire, and then it's going to toggle this to where this is inactive. That's going to set this to being a timer, which it'll start rotating, and it'll trigger this latch every 3 minutes. So it works just like a normal latch, and it's going to toggle back and forth. So think of this as a lever that's going to be switched on and off depending on what time of day it is. Alright, so since it's night, it needs to be switched this way so that these are toggled off. Now when this gets powered on, do I have any redstone torches on me? No, but I can make one. Okay, and so let's just say it's daylight, right? So you'll see this is powered off. So every 1 minute, or every 3 minutes, this latch is going to get toggled on, and then it's going to turn these off to where they're draining power. So, and then 3 minutes later, it's going to toggle again, and although these are draining right now, it's going to be daylight, so they're going to be powering up instead of draining. At night, no matter what, they're going to be draining. So that's how that works. Hopefully I explained it decently well. But yeah, it's actually not that complicated, but it's enough that, actually that needs to be that way. It's enough that I figured I'd better go ahead and explain how it works, just in case you guys are trying to do something similar. And I imagine if you're messing around with these, this is exactly what you're going to want to do. You could probably make it a little more compact than this. Actually, you can make it a lot more compact than this. But I'm not really hurting for room. There's my light sensor. I just stuck it on the wall because I was frustrated with it. But that's how this little redstone system works. So, and as for this, it just inverts the signal. It's nothing complicated at all. It does exactly what it says it does. And you can see it's A and B sides. So whatever this side's going to be, it's going to come out the same on that side. And whatever is opposite of A is going to be B. So it's when this is off, these are going to be on. So yeah, that's how that works. So again, nothing really complicated. It's just how it works. All right. So let's go ahead and put all of this stuff up, and then we will get on to doing exactly what I said I was going to do in the end of the last segment. And this is the right chest. Okay. All right. So again, I'm going to get some stuff together, and then we'll be ready to proceed. Okay, guys. So this is actually supposed to be a NAND gate, not a XOR gate. So, let's go ahead and fix this real quick. So it's going to work basically like I mentioned that it was going to be, but we need to move these over a little bit. I think I still have some red alloy wire. So let's go ahead and stick that up here. And put this here. Like so. There's a timer. Alright, so the reason I'm moving this over is so that these wires don't interact. Because it has two inputs on this side that need to both be activated, and as well as this one on the right. So this is going to work just like I mentioned earlier. It's just a different gate that I needed to use. The difference between the NAND gate and the AND gate is that you see how this is putting out the red. The AND would be a just an alloy wire that doesn't have a signal attached to it. So that's the only difference. I'll pick it up and show you guys exactly what's, because it's a little easier to see when it's not attached to that wire. As you can see here, it's outputting this right here. The other one wouldn't be doing that. So alrighty. So that's how that works, and just a quick update to let you guys know that that was wrong. I used the wrong gate. Alright, so I'll be back in a minute. Alrighty folks, so I just have to say that is a big raspberry bush collection there. It's just been growing and growing and growing and growing. I'm not sure why this one isn't nearly as big, but just found that amusing. Alright, so what we're going to need to do is use this Ethereum to create our Arcane Impendium. Or Impendium, excuse me. Alright, so I believe we just need to do like so. Yep. That's pretty cool. This is the first time I've actually seen this, so yeah. I think that is pretty awesome. All flashy. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab that. You have unlocked the secrets of the Arcane. Now, I have seen other parts of this mod, and it is a pretty cool mod. So it is something that we're going to get into in the somewhat near future, but there's a lot to it, as you can see. And there's a lot more that you have to unlock, so yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're just going to get to it in a different episode. For now, we're going to go back to base, which is just right over here. And we're going to take a look and see what we need to make the witch's furnace or oven and the I don't remember what the other one's called. Let's take a look here. Alright, so let's go ahead and take the witch's oven since I know what it's called. Alright, so we need to make this. Alright, so we need some iron, basically. Iron has been my big bottleneck. Like, I've been farming for iron quite a bit lately, and this is all I have. Mainly because of that thing. Because that's been swallowing all of my iron, making the draconium. So, we need, like so. Alright, and then it was here and here, I think. And like that. Yep. And then we have our witch's oven. And now we're probably not going to get to witchery anytime soon, to be perfectly honest. I might dip into it a little bit, but there are so many mods in this mod pack that, you know, there's just other stuff that I want to do first. Alright, so we need one more thing, and that's the blood altar. Okay. So let's take a look and see what that takes to make. I think it takes some smooth stone, but I don't know besides that. Some gold, a furnace, and a diamond. Alright, so that's not bad. So let's just drop this in here. And we need some gold. 1, 2. And we need some diamonds. Alright, they're there. Now, the reason I'm not getting into this mod, blood magic, is because everybody seems to be doing blood magic lately. So I'm just kind of wanting to do some other stuff. What was it? Oh, the furnace. That's right. Let's go ahead and clear this out then. I need to make more than one of these things. That would be the smart thing to do. I was planning on making an A system here pretty soon, but yeah, that's why I haven't done it yet, so I don't know if I will do it. It seems like it would be smart to do, but I don't know. Alright, so I'm just putting these down so you can see what they look like. Maybe I'll put this somewhere where you can see it a little better. And that's what that looks like. But yeah, like, pretty much everybody seems to be doing a ton of blood magic stuff. Like, everyone on the server is, and a lot of people in ForgeCraft are doing it, so I'm just going to stay away from that because there's so many other places that you can see it. I don't think that that's something that people really want to see right now. I could be wrong, but I'm getting kind of tired of seeing blood magic, so I imagine that it's definitely possible that you guys are too. So that's just my thought process behind that. So let's go and stick that in there. Aw, for such a cool book, it's just brown. That's kind of sad, actually. Alright, so let's go and take a look at this. Alright, so we get 5 ender lily seeds, and I really need to start working on my farming because I am so short on leather. I'm constantly having to go out and find cows, and I'm getting pretty short on food, and I need to set this stuff up so I can have more ender pearls. So, gosh, there's just so much stuff. And I need to set up an AE system and so we may be getting a lot more of these episodes coming up pretty soon, so we'll see. It just depends on how much time I have at school. I mean, that's really the limiting factor for me right now, so. Alright, let's take a look at this bag. Alright, it's just a good bag, so let's see what we get. Alright, coal, sticks. Honestly, I'm perfectly happy with this because I can use it. Let's say for me, at this point, that's kind of what I'm feeling, is that if I can use what I get from a bag, then I'm totally happy with it. Because there are so many out there that are really good when you're starting off, but let's face it, after you're starting and you already have a good supply of stuff, then it's just totally useless. So, I mean, how many sets of, you know, the sword of the wyvern and, you know, the bow and the pickaxe, how many of those do I really need? So, you know, even if they're, you know, legendary rewards, well, you know, I've got enough of the stuff. Alright, so we can just stick this stuff in here. Well, I guess not that. Still have a little bit of room in there. Alright, so let's take a look and see what's next. Now we get to choose our branch of magic that we want to go down. Alright, so it looks like I've already got the Thaumaturgy and U done. As far as all of this stuff goes, we don't. However, you know, no, actually, I've already read that. I was going to say I forgot to read it, but I didn't. Alright, so one of the strongest magics, are there? Yeah. Bending items to your will, creating life, manipulating... Oh, okay. It's saying that Thaumaturgy is one of the strongest magics. Okay. Manipulating the very fabric of the universe. So, yeah. Easy to start, difficult to master. Yes, it takes a very long time to master. Alright, so silverwood saplings. Awesome, because as you guys well may know, silverwood trees don't drop saplings very often. Like, you're lucky if you get one sapling per tree. Sometimes you can get lucky and get 2 or 3, but I've never gotten more than 3, and usually it's none. So, let's go ahead and claim a reward. And what do we have in here? We've got a good bag, and that's going to be more usable stuff. Awesome. Some redstone, wool, and some hoppers. Alright, let's go ahead and just drop these in here. And that I can go in there. Actually, the redstone doesn't either, but I'll sort out all that later. Alright, so what have we got next? Alright, manipulating earth. Alright, so we need some of each of the types of shards. Now, these are all just the basic shards. They're not the balanced shards. So let's see what it says. Alright, useful and necessary. Shards are one of the key building blocks all thaumaturges will use to further their cause. And a zombie dies. That's always great. Alright, a task where the player... Oh, okay. Let's just... Okay, so we need some of the different types of shards. I hope that I have some of the different types. Alright, I think they're all in here. Yep, alright, so let's get an order. Now, I actually think I have some balanced shards. I'm not sure where I got them, but I think I might have some. But we don't need them quite yet, so there's... Oops. There's a water, an earth, air, fire. I already have order. There's more earth. Since they're not all together, it's kind of... And I don't think... Yeah, see, it doesn't really put them together. Alright, so what are we missing? We're missing... Was it entropy? And I think we're missing one more. Let's take a look and see. Oh, no, there's just 6. Alright, so manual submit. Oh, and thankfully it was just one of each. I didn't notice to look. Alright, so we get some great wood saplings. Again, that's pretty cool. Those are actually great sources of just getting wood, too. I've got some saplings, but... Alright, so claim the reward. Okay, so this one's a greater bag. So let's see what's in here. Meh. I mean, really, meh. That's all I can really say about it. Alright, so let's see what we have in store next. Alright, so infusions and you. So this is going to be a little while till we can make an axe of the stream. Alright, as your skills progress, you will discover better and larger means of creation. Tools that go beyond mundane limitations and reach into the very fabric of materials. Time to put Paul Bunyan to shame. I guess for... Well, I mean, many Americans don't even know who Paul Bunyan is these days. What's that movie I watched as a kid? Tall Tale, I think it was called. It had Paul Bunyan in it. But yeah, Paul Bunyan was a mythic... basically, he was a myth in the Old West of this guy. He was a huge guy that worked on the railroad, and he was famous for cutting down trees that were, absolutely huge. And he had this humongous blue cow. I forgot what her name was. I remember it was a she, though. Okay. But yeah, anyway, if you want to look up Paul Bunyan, it's actually, there's some pretty cool Old West myths, but yeah. Alright, so what do we need to do? We need to make an infusion altar. So once I have some things, I will be back with you guys. Alrighty folks, so actually it looks like we have reached the wrapping up point, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and next time we will work on some infusion. It's a big multi-box structure that is actually really awesome, has some really awesome effects to it, but takes a little bit of work. So I will see you next time, and until then, I hope you have a wonderful day.